the enemy, and they were the only ones around, which made them the sole representatives for David's forces. Ted assumed the men and women from south of the border were supposed to be killed, along with him and the other Americans left inside, but he wasn't yet ready to admit it. All those people carried weapons, meaning he was outnumbered by 100 to 1. "Hi, I'm Major Ted, Socdraye." He pronounced it Socdraye, as if he was French. "I'm as shocked as you at what took place here." The ground rumbled under their feet, causing the three of them to look around in near panic. Was part of the mountain collapsing? Was the front door going to hold? He tried to continue, as if the disturbance was no big deal. "And I'm double shocked at how we've all been treated. Give me and my associate here a chance to re-establish contact with our superiors. I promise we'll get you and your men some answers." The general puffed out his chest.
"I should hope so. It was a long drive to get here. If I'm to be granted the entire state of Missouri, I'd at least expect to have a nice bed to sleep in. Perhaps some female companionship."
He trailed off, eyeing Emily. Ted's instinct was to punch the sweaty man in the jaw, but as so many times in the past week, he had to pretend he was someone else, someone who would commiserate with such perversion. "Yes, my colleague and I will do our best to secure you what you need." He grabbed Emily's hand. "Come on, let's find a radio."
"She can stay with me,"
General Mendoza suggested. Ted spoke over his shoulder. "She's the radio operator. Don't worry, we'll take care of you." Once out of earshot, and in a dark section of tunnel, he dragged Emily into a dark nook. He briefly made sure she could see his face and what he intended to do. Then he pulled her close and kissed her with passion and urgency, as if they were being timed. Too soon, he pulled up for a breath. "I don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes, much less the rest of my life, but I've never wanted more to spend whatever time I have with someone as wonderful as you. Will you, Emily Williams, marry me for real?" Inches from his face, he could only see a hint of the tear rolling down her cheek. "Yes," she gushed, "but I do have one condition." "Anything," he replied, holding onto her hips. "As your commander-in-chief, I'm ordering you to make sure we live longer than the next 10 minutes. I think I'd like a long life to get to know all of your flaws." He was taken aback. She gently slapped him on the cheek again. "I'm kidding. You have no flaws. You're perfect." They both knew that was a lie, but he loved the idea of trying to prove her right. Ted took a deep breath, looking down the hallway toward the people who'd escaped from David. "Well, we're not going to get anywhere with a group of military invaders and drug lords. I guess we should go reintroduce ourselves to those kids and the weird guy with his pet bird." "After you, Major," Emily remarked seriously. She pinched his butt as he started walking. "Hey!" he complained, trying not to laugh. She held up her hands. "Last time, I promise." He didn't believe her for a second. Cheyenne Mountain, Colorado. Tabby saw the couple walking toward them before any of the others. The man and woman were outfitted in Legion uniforms, one of whom claimed to be the President of the United States. They'd separated for a short time, giving her a chance to talk to Peter and Audrey about whether the woman could be president, but neither of them had ever heard of her. She didn't want to ask any of the prisoners who'd arrived with her from David's base. It would make her look like she didn't know what she was doing. She took a step toward the couple, but almost tripped on the man with the bird, Dwight. The guy had fallen asleep as soon as they'd arrived, as if the trip in the white light had zapped him of energy. Her mind was still reeling, but as she'd done so many times the last several days, she had to take care of business before taking care of herself. Tabby went around the sleeper and headed for the walkers. "Hi," she said,